I'm the conscious lesbian on the go, spouting spirituality so that we can grow. I'm the conscious lesbian on the go, spouting spirituality so that we can grow. I'm the conscious lesbian on the go, spouting spirituality so that we can grow. Hi, I'm Tiffany Howard, and this is Let's Talk. Today's conversation is entitled, Contrast is Good. And I love this topic because I love contrast. Why? Because I want to grow personally. I want to be a better me. I want to resonate from my higher self as much as possible. And I need someone who agrees, who's willing to help me to do that. That's what coupling is, right? You can grow by yourself, but that takes a little bit longer time. Why? Because there's no one there triggering or activating that undeveloped part of you. When you're coupled, you have that person with you almost all the time, and they may trigger something. They may activate that undeveloped part of you, that part that you want to heal from childhood. That's what coupling does. Coupling is an opportunity for you as an adult to heal all those wounds, or as many as you can, from childhood. So we seek out, or we're wired to attract that parent that we have unmet needs with, we have wounds with that have not healed. Our partner resembles that parent. And so we're drawn to them. Why? Because we want to heal those wounds. And I think that is amazing. I think it's great. And we usually attract that person that we have differences with, right? Because we had differences with that parent. That's the reason why we want to heal those things. Like, at one time, I wasn't a communicator in my relationship, so I attracted someone who demanded communication. And the angst and the tugging and the pulling with that and the anxiety. But I wanted that because I wanted to heal that part of myself. And she helped me to do that. And now that I'm the communicator in the relationship, I attracted someone who wasn't so much of a communicator. Okay, they were like me before now, needed time to process things, And that's what you want. That's incompatibility makes for great relationships, right? Relationships that are not dull and boring, right? Let me tell you a couple of things. I love Abraham Hicks, and Abraham Hicks, I have my trusty little note here. Abraham Hicks says the people who give you the most grief are your greatest co-creators. Oh, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I love that, right? Because personally, I want to expand and grow. And maybe that's what you want to do. You want to expand and grow. You're curious about, can I be that me that I want to be? And the way to be the you that you want to be is to have someone in your life who agrees to be your mirror, right? Who agrees to be there and to tug and pull at you and to activate that undeveloped part of you so that you can heal those wounds, so that you can become developed spiritually, emotionally, physically, mentally. And that makes for great times. That makes for fun and adventure. Those are gifts. Those are gifts if you have a person who says, okay, I'm willing to do that. Because if you don't, if it's just you and you don't have someone, you have someone that's like, well, I'm not going to talk about it, ever. We're okay. Oh, the relationship is not going to make it. It's going to be difficult. It'll probably end up in breakup, because that's poison to a relationship if you can't discuss the things that trigger you, that activate that undeveloped part of you. You have a partner who's not willing to help you to grow because they're not willing to grow. And my suggestion is, if you can't sit down and talk about it and say, hey, are you willing to help me? Because I'm willing to help you. Be there for you when you're feeling shaky. And they say, no, I'm not. Then it's time to leave. Because we want to grow. We're human beings, and we're spiritual beings in these human bodies, and we've come here to evolve, to love, to have fun, to be happy, right? And part of that is learning who we are and having someone there who says, okay, I'm willing to help you, to figure out who you are and to accept that in you, to accept all of you, to accept the beautiful part of you and the sometimes ugly part of you. I'm willing to accept it all. You can be who you are with me, and I can be who I am with you. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. The fastest way to grow and to develop is to have someone there who can help you out, show you what you're reflecting to them. It's great, it's great. Let me read you something else Abraham Hicks says. Esther, through Abraham Hicks, said, every time there is a tug in the relationship, and I have a dog in the background who wants to join in our conversation, but she says, every time there is a tug in the relationship and you feel discomfort, you are requesting an improvement. If it were not for contrast, you wouldn't be expanding. Ah, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. As you're expanding in your relationship and you're having those moments when those gifts come up, your partner points out something. Oh, you're being arrogant. Ah, that's judgmental. Or why can't you talk to me? Ah, we want to justify and defend. But I have another way. Why not sit there, take it, breathe, and think about it? Am I being judgmental here? Okay. Am I withdrawing or freezing or being defensive and justifying my feelings? Own your feelings, right? Own your feelings. Own your junk. And take that moment, gather yourself, breathe, and say, yes, I am. I'm judging you because I'm judging myself. I'm scared here. Or I'm feeling hurt here. Or I'm feeling lonely here. How can you help me? Right? I can't necessarily talk about it now, but how about we agree that we'll come back in 20 minutes, we'll come back in an hour, or we'll come back when we both agree is the right time to talk about this, after we've gathered our thoughts and I've cooled off, and we'll discuss it. But have a time where you both can agree. Like me, I'm the emotion person. I want to talk about it now, but if I have a partner who hasn't processed it yet, I can't make my partner a slave to me wanting to talk about it now. So we can agree on a time where we can come back and talk about these things, and we can sit down calmly and talk about it. And what I like to do now is, now that I know about tapping, before I have my conversation with my partner, I tap on my uneasiness or my fear of the consequences of the truth that I will say to my partner, or how I feel about what my partner may say. I tap on that uneasiness, so when I get in there and I'm talking with my partner, I'm arriving, I'm there in present moment from a place of calmness, from a place of love, right? I'm not going in there defensive and angry. I'm going in there from a place of love, and my heart is open to hear. My ears are open because my heart is open, and my heart loves my partner. My heart wants to hear what my partner has to say. My heart wants to make it right for myself and my partner. And that's a healthy place to come from. I participated in this webinar called the Art of Love series, okay? And one part of the webinar, they had two experts, and Harvell Hendricks, PhD, and his lovely wife. His wife, let me look at her name, Helen LeKay Hunt, who's also a PhD. And in this webinar series, they were talking about how we couple that incompatibility makes for a great marriage. And they also said that, and I'm reading from my notes here, that wounds want to heal, and that we are unconsciously drawn to a person who's similar to our caretaker. And conflicts are to repair childhood, and couplehood purpose is to complete childhood. Wow. Wow. Because nature, think about it, is set up for polarities, opposites, right? So we draw in people that are a polar opposite, and some experts say that that's the best kind of relationship, because that opposite helps us to grow and expand. Wow, wow, wow. And if you can sink your teeth into that it's okay that your partner is opposite. It's okay that she's your polarity, because you are going to benefit the most from that. You'll be okay. So what happens when you're having those moments where she triggers something that's undeveloped in you, or you trigger something that's undeveloped in her? You can make this a beautiful, beautiful game. Make this fun. Set up times where you can say, okay, this is an idea. Let's have a journal. And we're going to have, you go out, you buy this beautiful journal you both like, and you put it someplace where you guys know this is where the journal will be when we're having issues in the relationship. And so let's say one morning you're having an issue. You go and you write in your journal what your issue is today, what your challenge is with your partner, what you're feeling, fear, anger, sadness, hurt, whatever it is, and you write it down. When the journal is open and your partner sees it's open, she goes to read it and she sees in there what you've written, and she can respond. And then you guys come back later and talk about what you've responded, what you each have said. Or another beautiful idea, you guys buy a rose or a flower that you like, and you find a place, and you know where when the rose is in that spot, that means you guys need to talk, right? What's another suggestion? You can make it a fun game where you get together, you select a time on a weekend or whenever you can do it, where you guys can sit and hold hands and look in each other's eyes. And you guys take turns going back and forth. And you work it out. Because, friends, we don't have much time on this earth. And you have to ask yourself, would you rather be right? Or would you rather be happy? Because when you're angry at your partner, you're holding on to a virtue. You're holding on to your rightness. And that means you're distancing yourself from your partner. That's time that's lost and wasted. Time that you're missing out, loving and having fun and spending time with your partner, this person you say that you love, right? So you have to ask yourself those questions. Come up with neat, creative things to do. Have a bell or something. You ring the bell and your partner knows, we have something we need to talk about. And your partner rings the bell to let you know that she got the message and that you guys will come together and talk. And again, find a time where you both are ready to talk. And whenever the issue arises, don't wait. Address it right away. Meaning, ring the bell, write in the journal, place the flowers somewhere, or whatever it may be, so your partner knows we need to talk. Don't let it fester and grow. That will kill the relationship. That creates resentment and anger. And those things are poison to the relationship. Know that the contrast is serving you. Differences are beautiful. If you can see that they are, if you can see that the contrast makes for more intimacy. Because if you can't communicate and talk, there's no intimacy. But when you can, when you see that this tug and pull in the relationship means that we are asking for improvement in our relationship and in each other, and it means that we get to sit down and face each other and have a conversation. And the more that we can talk and not hide our feelings from each other, the more that we take responsibility for our own feelings and bring them to the table, the more intimate we become, right? Intimate in terms of relating to each other, intimate in terms of our sexual relationship in the bedroom. Beautiful, because you can't have anger in the bed, or sadness or hurt in the bedroom, right? Some of us, when we're sad and hurt and angry and resentful, we don't want to make beautiful love with our partner, and that's hurtful, and all that does is separate us. Right? And again, and I stress this and I say it again, and I'm repeating myself, we don't have much time on this planet in these bodies. Why waste it? Why waste it? You have this moment with this beautiful person in front of you. Enjoy it. Don't spend the time being angry or sad or feeling hurt and missing out. Know that there's something that you can do. Know that you have called in this person, and that person has called you in because you both want to heal. You both want to improve. You both want, and when I say improve, you both want to improve your relationship in a couple with another. You both want to expand and grow And you have to agree to that. You have to accept that that person is your mirror. You have to accept and understand and know that it's okay that you have differences. When I grew up, I was taught differences mean that you leave, right? My sisters and I were taught by my mother that if there's a conflict or contrast in a relationship, you get away from that person. You leave. You don't need that person. You find someone else. Okay? You don't have to deal with those headaches. And so I didn't learn how to relate in a relationship. I thought that conflict or contrast was something bad or unhealthy. And it's not my mother's fault. She only knew what she had learned. She was sharing data, her data, with us. And that data she learned from her parents. So when you're coupled, you get a chance to look at the data that you've learned and say, is this data serving me? If it's not, you can change it. And part of being coupled is learning how to work through the contrast and not running or freezing or fighting, but sitting there, coming from a place of love and working it out. Because if I had continued to say, I'm not going to talk, you're not giving me what I want, you're not saying what I want to hear, you're not doing what I want you to do, so you need to leave, I would probably spend my life uncoupled. And that's not what I want. I want to be coupled, so you have to know what you want. Find ways to work through the tugs in the relationship, right? If there's no physical abuse, psychological abuse that can't be worked out, you can have a lifetime with that person if you can agree, both agree to commit to work through the contrast. If that's what you want, if you both want a lifetime together. And know also that there are some relationships where people are not meant to be together for a lifetime. A reason, a season, a lifetime. So Hendricks and Hunt have given us some suggestions when those polarities arise, the contrasts arise, when your partner activates in you something that's undeveloped, or you activate in her something that's undeveloped. Number one is make an appointment to talk. Number two, the person who has the issue will talk first. Number three is that your partner will mirror exactly, without changing or asking questions, what you have just communicated or shared. And then number four, your partner will ask you, is there more? And then you can respond. Number five, after you've responded, your partner will say, that makes sense given A, B, C. Number six, your partner will say, I can see why you would feel that way because A, B, C, and D. And then number seven, it's like playing tennis. You guys will switch. Okay? I think those are beautiful suggestions. So much fun to be had in coupling and talking things out. Also, some fun things you can do before you go to bed at night. You and your partner can sit in bed or wherever you feel comfortable, and you can go back and forth, and you can list 3 to 5 things that you are grateful for in the relationship and grateful for in your partner. And know that Hendricks and Hunt says that there are, in every relationship, 7 to 9 incompatibilities. And that's okay. Remember, contrast is good, and you can make it fun. Thank you for tuning in. Be love, be light, be you. Allow your partner to be who she is. Know that I love you. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Till next time, namaste.